Hello. Have you ever wondered if there are so many aspects to your personality that it can be very confusing? That may sound like an odd question, and yet this morning I was asked to comment on something that talked about the many, many aspects of our personality and how confusing it can be and how many different sides there are to us. I think we have an amazing ability as humans to complicate things that don't need to be complicated and to make things far more just convoluted. What if we were to keep it simple? What I see, there's two aspects to our personality. We have a higher self and a lower self, or sometimes called the shadow side. It's not that complicated. We have a part of us that is continuously calling us to become more and more of the person we're meant to be, calling us to allow ourselves to dream, allow ourselves to have a vision of who do I want to be in 1 year, in 5 years, in 10 years? What kind of life do I want to create for myself? Who do I want to become in order to live that dream? Because a dream is a wonderful thing, but unless you become the person who can live that dream, it never gets actualized. So that higher self that we possess is always calling us to become more, always calling us to take risks, if you will, to dream bigger, to think bigger, to take risks in doing things that we know in our heart, in our soul, are right for us. We're being called to have a far greater energetic footprint, to have far greater impact and influence. The choice for us is what kind of impact and influence do we want to have? What kind of presence do we want to claim on this earth? It's absolutely up to us. We all have infinite ability to rise and rise and rise, continuously becoming so much more of who we are meant to be. And that really means making choices to live in integrity, making choices to live in our truth, making choices to be compassionate, making choices to be the best version of who we are and who we are called to become. It really is that sense of the I am. What is my I am? Who is it that I want to become? Who is it I already am, really? And what parts of me do I want to keep letting out? I have a belief that when we came onto this planet, when we came in through birth, that we already had it, that the process of this journey is about discovering the essence of who that man or that woman really is. It's bringing it out in different situations. It's bringing out that best part of us, that embodied essence, that embodied soul, whatever your faith system. It's bringing it out to the world. And the more we bring that out, the more we expose ourselves to more opportunities to keep growing. The more we bring it out, the more challenges we're faced with that call us to take a deep breath and jump in and become a higher and better version of who we already are. To express to the world so much more of who is our intrinsic truth, who is the intrinsic element of us. We also have that lower self, or that shadow side, as some people call it, that calls us to play it safe. That part of us that says, don't take a risk, don't grow, don't change. You have survived this long being the way you are. Don't change anything. And it starts creating little stories that says, you can't create anything. You can't be different. This is who you are. You can't be smarter. You can't be intelligent in the ways of the world. You can't be ambitious because nobody in your family is. You can't be ambitious because you don't have it in you. That's for other people. That lower self calls us to play it safe because it's all about survival. And we keep creating messages that basically say, stagnate, don't move, don't grow, don't change. You're alive now, don't change anything because it could be deadly. It could be deadly in your career. It could be deadly in your personal life. It could be deadly in your physical health. Don't change. My experience is that when we listen to that for too long and we start to stagnate, what ends up happening spiritually is we become hopeless. Emotionally, we move into depression or rage. Physically, we start developing illnesses. We are not meant to stagnate. any more than a rose can stagnate in spite of itself. It just keeps growing, expanding, and becoming so much more beautiful every day. We are called to do the same. And that lower self is not our enemy. It's where our defenses live. It's where the masks we wear live. It's where the illusions we create about life live. But again, it's not doing that to hurt us. It's doing that to keep us safe with the belief system that change can be dangerous. So consequently, stay here because you know you're breathing, you know you're alive, you know you're eating. Don't change, don't grow, don't do anything. And the battle that exists in us sometimes is that higher self that says, do more, become more, create more, love more, live more. Claim the freedom that you were called to. Claim the life force, the vibrancy, the aliveness you have been given as a gift. Use it and become greater and greater and more of the truth that you are. The choice isn't that complicated. One creates defenses, whether that's when I'm challenged, I get angry, or when I'm challenged, I go into collapse, or when I'm challenged, I go into anxiety. We have set patterns of how we deal with being challenged. We have set patterns that we use to give ourselves permission to stay small. Recognize that not as self-hatred, not as a bad side of us, but a side of us that wants safety. So doesn't the higher self. But the safety comes in becoming so much more alive and vibrant, recognizing powers and abilities and strengths you never knew you possessed. So it's a choice. I've put together a 6-week program that goes into this so much more. That goes into looking at the styles of leadership we all possess, the strengths of each one of those styles of leadership, and the vulnerabilities, but also the diseases we're predisposed to because of it. Because every one of us holds our stress differently, which makes us vulnerable to disease. Because disease really shows up in times of high stress. So understanding yourself, understanding the way you grow and claim your truth and the ways in which you don't, allows you to understand the ways in which your stress grows or doesn't. Take a look at the program. I'd love to go into this more. It's a 6-week program explaining to you much more about who you are. And this isn't just my lecturing, it's interactive, it's supporting you. And it is really allowing you to understand the multiple levels that we live on, the strengths we don't even know we possess that we discover when we take the time to look within. It also changes how you see the world, how you see yourself in the world. And in doing so, it changes what you're capable of bringing to the world and helping to make this world a better place. We all know it needs it. All right. Thank you so much. Enjoy the journey. We are meant to be filled with joy. We are meant to be filled with passion and vibrancy and aliveness. Know that when we live in our truth, when we live in who we are meant to be, we are so at peace and we are so healthy. I wish that for all of us. Thank you.